This illustration deals with identification of power sources. In accordance with NEC 710.10 exception, purpose of change is a new section has been accepted, and this new section has been added to address the identification of power sources for standalone systems. Now, Article 710 does deal with standalone systems. But notice when we review the notes, let's review the note at the very top of the illustration. And it basically says the plaque or directory shall be marked with the following words. Caution, multiple sources of power. Now those multiple sources of power that we see could be PV, that's at left at the top of the illustration, Article 690, or wind generators or wind electrical systems in accordance with Article 694. Batteries might be the other source of power, and NEC 480 addresses these systems. Fuel cell systems is addressed in Article 692. And notice these are renewable energy standalone systems. And these systems usually are just hooked into the facility's power source. They're not connected in with the utility in most cases. If they are, then they become a 705 article of the NEC, and we'd follow those sections and see what the requirements are for interconnecting with the utility. Now, notice the service equipment is 710 because we're bringing in another power source and connected in. A lot of times through the breaker, maybe on the supply side, depending on how the standalone system would connect, but it can't, we don't connect it into a transfer switch usually and stuff like that as a rule. Then notice we have a plaque or directory 710.10 identifying the service. And then we would have a identification of the other power sources that you see that might be classified as renewable energy standalone systems. Now, Note 2 kind of states for multiple co-located power production sources, see the exception to 710.10 where groups are involved, where we have, more, two or more, usually is what we're talking about there. And then notice these systems, all of them, if you review the illustration right, or not necessarily the illustration, but the call out that's right above the commercial building. And it points to the dwelling unit, an arrow, and then an arrow to the commercial build facility. And notice it states there that a plaque or directory could be installed at the building in an approved, readily accessible location in accordance with 710.10. And then notice we can supply with this renewable power dwelling units, commercial buildings, office buildings, in some cases maybe even small industrial type areas. So this illustration mainly deals with identification of power sources in accordance with 710.10 and the exception to such. And that's what this new section is addressing.